This is the Google Pixel 9a. It has two rear cameras and costs $499. And here's the Apple iPhone 16e. It has one rear camera and costs $599. How do they stack up? Well, this is All Things Mobile. Let's find out. 2025 has been a generous year when it comes to new affordable phones. Google launched the Pixel 9a, which has a new 48 megapixel main camera and a 13 megapixel ultra-wide. Apple released the iPhone 16e, which also has a 48 megapixel main camera, but lacks an ultra-wide. It's the classic tale of two against one and raises the question, are more cameras better? Spoiler, not always. Making the choice tougher is the fact that the iPhone costs $100 more, which raises the other question. Does a more expensive phone take better photos? So that's two. I gotta answer three questions?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so both phones have these 48 megapixel sensors, and they group 4 of these pixels together to create 12 super megapixels that can capture more light, have less image noise, and need less image noise reduction, which can otherwise make photos look blurry or even soft. Yeah. Both phones lack a dedicated telephoto camera, but they use sensor cropping to achieve a 2x magnification, and in my testing, it looks pretty good. Take a look at some of my favorite photos from both phones. Now, I find the Pixel takes images with a cooler color temperature, while the iPhone's photos have more contrast. Take a look at these photos of a brick building here in the Mission in San Francisco. Indoors, though, the Pixel 9a really pushes its dynamic range and captures more details in the shadows, but really aggressively brightens them too, like in this photo of Maisie the cat. The iPhone 16e's photo of Maisie the cat doesn't have as much detail and texture in her fur. Now, somewhere in between the Pixel's photo and the iPhone 16e's photo is how Maisie the cat actually looked in real life. Now, in terms of portrait mode, neither the Pixel or the iPhone have a dedicated telephoto lens. And you gotta remember that the iPhone only has a single rear camera, so it's relying solely on AI and machine learning to create that artistic, out-of-focus background. Now, the first thing I noticed with these portrait mode photos of CNET's Faith Chilhill is how differently the iPhone and Pixel handled the textures in the yellow sweater that she's wearing and the green chair. The cutout, which is the in-focus to out-of-focus point, looks pretty natural, except for the green chair in the iPhone's photo. And Faith's complexion looks most true to life in the Pixel 9a image. The iPhone 16e's photo makes her skin look muddy and almost muted. Now, the Pixel 9a and the iPhone both take night mode photos, so look at some that I took of this Space Shuttle Lego set. And this was taken in a very dim room, and none of these images, I'll be honest, are great. The iPhone 16e's photos has the least image noise, but the contrast is heavy. I prefer the Pixel 9a's photo. I also got these night mode images of a residential block at dusk where the street lights really make the iPhone's photo look orange. But notice the details in the telephone wires across the top of each image. The iPhone captures them as kind of continuous lines, whereas the Pixel image has them made up of these tiny jagged line segments. Overall, both phones have their shortcomings when it comes to photography. The iPhone 16e costs more, lacks an ultra-wide lens, and while the pictures it takes are decent, I think that the Pixel 9 and its cameras are pretty great for $500, and I'd likely opt for it. That's all I've got. Now I want to hear from you. Which phone's cameras do you think are better? Also, what do you think of this shorter camera comparison video format, huh? Let us know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more on All Things Mobile. Lastly, thank you for watching.